like for OpenAI, dominates coding, reasoning, and like complex analysis. Gemini excels at creative tasks. So it is one provider. If one provider fails, we instantly switch to the other. So it doesn't have any downtime. So the test, like when you this is how beyond the stack what we have, like fast API, Python API, and for the database is PostgreSQL, and Redis for high speed caching, and Docker for deployment, and the authentication is used by JWT tokens. So what it does, like the router analyzes every request, like it basically scans the query specific with the specific keywords, like if it's code debug or anything, something like coding Python SQL, it goes to OpenAI. If it detects like write, create, summarize, it goes to Gemini and calculate the cost and selects the best provider. So this is like a both option, like we can reduce the cost per tokens and as well as get the preferred and very perfect output particular for that model. So it also has a fallback criteria. So whenever it doesn't have tokens is exhausted with any of the models, it's going to give a response saying that what's the problem with the models. It also has a request tracking, like whenever the API call is tracked, it stores the provided user and as well as the model result, token counts, and cost calculation, and also response latency. Full audit with the full audit trials. So this is how it works, and it supports like multi-provider supports for now. It just has like providers from OpenAI and Google Gemini. So let me navigate to features. This is all the features which we have implemented right now, which has budget management. We'll get into that in a while. So in the providers, these are the two providers which have currently. In the demonstration, like it will be a feature scope to add more providers and route basically based on that request. It also has a fallback provider which doesn't cost anything, just gives us a response saying that something is working and what are the things happening in the background. So these are all the criteria, like comparisons between each providers. And let's jump into the status page. We even have a status page here so that it's well known for the user, so that they know everything is working perfectly. So it's not their problem with something that they are going wrong, but it's with the system. So we'll take the responses and clear it out whenever the customer has some problem. So this has every sector or the tech stack with the average hit rate and as well as the measurement in the real time. It updates in the real time. So if I wanted to navigate to the repository, they have access to everything here. They can see everything. So even if they want to issue a bug, they can do it. And even pull request, if I want to enhance the features, they can add anything here and we could work together. So when I go to API documentation, this is the API key we provide, like that need to be added in their particular user account so that they can use our gateway as a layer. This is all the rate limit, and this is the small criteria to check the chat for the user. So it has we have provided like 3 to 4 type of languages so that they can test the API key with their with their deployed host or with their system. So this is to check the health of their system, and in to trigger the budget. And this is all the error codes what we provide in our project. Like if something goes okay and everything works fine, we get a 200, and rest are the same which we have learning from the long days, like from the future, like from many days, which is the same codes, but for the user perspective, we just note it down here so that they can reference in one place. And these are the models, and these are the errors in order to user to troubleshoot. If they get something with this kind of section, they can come over here and use the steps to troubleshoot their own problems. Okay, that should be this is the workflow, like how it works. The request, it catches the cache will be checked, query routes, it routes to whichever the better OpenAI or the Gemini, and has a fallback and gives the response and logs data for in the chat. Okay, I think we covered everything here. So let me get into the actual project. So for the demo, I just had admin will be the password. So yeah, this is how it works. So this is a special API key we provide for a particular user, and it has like history and the budget tracking. You can set the budget for each month so that user can get a triggered message if they hit the budget. And this is 80% budget hit. If the token hit 80%, it's gonna like pop up a message for the user saying that it's almost 80, so that they could plan their tokens how they wanted to use, or if they wanted to extend some of the credits for their account. So let's write. So for example, like if you want to write a code, so let me write code. Let me start with hive. Okay, that's how it starts. So if you see the history, so this has been resolved because I've already tried using that, so it already cached in the Redis, so it gives the output instantly without costing anything. So if I wanted to ask it to write a small to okay, even this is cached because I have already used it. So it's you can see it I have not cached it. It gives us it asks us to specify the exact answers. Yes. So you can see here the main criteria here that the coding and all the stuff should be routed to OpenAI. That is what it's doing. The answer is from OpenAI, so that we have a perfect model for a particular coding. So we can see that the code has been generated from OpenAI for particular cost, which doesn't hallucinate with the models and gets the best output. So if we wanted to say, tell me joke. Yep, this is how it works. Like it's gonna trigger for that model and answers it based on what we request. So the main best part is that we already cached, so if you just ask something similar to the same command, it's gonna get as the same information from the cache library. So you can see it has been mentioned here. And in order to see the history, we have check all the recent requests which are everything are success. So you can filter even by the model. These are the OpenAI calls. And if you want to check by Gemini, this was called for the Gemini specifically, just to work well with that model, and even the cache related data. So even the mock is just like if both routers doesn't work, the model doesn't work, you can pull back the request. Yep, this is the budget criteria. Like we can set a budget for each month. Like now it has been set to like $5 each for each model. But if you want to set $2 for if you just say it's gonna change the budget limit for $2. So that's one criteria. If it hits the budget for that month, it's gonna pop a message saying that we have hit the budget. So even if it tracks the budget, obviously it tracks to count the total. Yep. Yep. I think this is about my project. The main feature of this project is that it gives a cost estimation.